Let's see. Goldberg. Who else? Tony Dungy. I can't. George Foreman. Pete Rose. I mean, shit, if I went down the list, I'd sound like Jalen Hurts hanging out with MJ, talking about championship sport. I sound like Jalen Hurts over here. Without further ado, guys that are kicking ass in Philly. My boy, Big Z. Zander Krause joins us now.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
What'd you make of Big Goldberg on the
Dude,
I saw awesome. Zander posting too.
Well, I was stirring the people up because I love all the great people of JAKIB Nation, but a lot of them are wrestling fans. I'm not the biggest wrestling fan in the world, but I do appreciate what the guys do and how hard of a thing it is. And, Goldberg comes on JAKIB, Big Sills. You know what that means? It means I'm Team Goldberg. All right, that's what that means. All right, Gunther can kick rocks. Goldberg will upset Gunther and will reclaim the title.
He said he'd come back on too after the match.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good interview, man. You guys, you always have good chemistry with people. I've never seen you not really have good chemistry with somebody, so I'm not surprised by that.
Dude, it's funny, man. We hadn't spoken in a while. I didn't realize he had moved out of California and went to San Antonio, and we kind of fell out. There was a situation we had, he and I, and something. Get this, Zander. I'll be transparent with you, dude. This is so you. Wait a minute. So you wanted me to show up at an event.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute.
You blew him off and he was pissed.
Yep. And I apologized to him.
Yeah, you should have apologized to him. You homebody.
Hey, wait a minute. No. He wanted me to go into a dunk tank. I said, fuck that.
Oh, for charity or something?
Yeah, for charity. He was going to do it too.
You don't want to do the charitable cause, Sileo, and go in the tank? I would walk up to that dunk tank. I'd put 3 balls in the hand. Boom, boom, boom. 3 straight. 3 straight on you, big silly.
And so I text him and I go, hey, I want you to come on. He goes, well, what do we have going here? I said, well, so what are you looking for? And he went, well, I said, all right, listen. He goes, it's taking you only 5 years to do it. I said, all right, listen, I'm sorry. He fucking made me grovel. And I went like this. Look, he goes, man, you and me have been boys way longer. And I went, I should have did it, man. I regretted not doing it. He goes, good, I have another one. I go, fuck. So, but Zander, I tell you this, what I told him, since he was reading your stuff. So if we ever want to go to San Antonio, man, we get a chance to stay at his ranch. He's got a really great place there. He says he's been sending me pictures. So anyway, all right, Big Z. So I heard you.
Dude. It was great. It was a great interview. You and Goldberg was awesome. Yeah, that's what I was working on before when I pushed you off a little bit. I was trying to get that interview done.
I didn't realize you guys so I'm going to get Roman Reigns on soon.
Oh, Roman Reigns would be cool. That's one wrestler I actually know. When I did watch, I'll watch the WrestleManias or the big ones every once in a while, and I do like Roman Reigns, man. That would be sick to get Roman on.
Yeah, I know him pretty well, actually. I mean, I did some events with him. So, yeah. I mean, isn't it fun? Zander, I say this and I go, I don't even know how I know these people. I just I'll tell you what, my boy Ben, my friend's ass over, is really this guy. This guy here, he was really dope during the interview. Ben, my friend over, I really like you, man. You're a really good guy. All right. So, Big Z, I heard you talking today about your Eagles. Where would you rank them as the best franchise in football right now?
Best franchise in football right now, and how are you factoring that? Just the one that's operating the best right now, or has the best resume, or overall? What am I factoring?
What were you basing yours on? Were you basing it on a 10-year run? Were you basing it on a 20-year run since 2000? What were you? Because when you said that,
you're not dynasty.
Wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, because you were talking kind of dynasty.
I don't really see it even that long. I think that's too long. Think about the longest dynasty I can think of in NFL history, and you would know this way better than I would, is the Niners, where they had two different quarterbacks. They had Montana and Steve Young. They had obviously two coaches with
Seifert and Walsh.
Seifert and Walsh, exactly. And that's really it. The Cowboys were what, 4 years? 5 years, 3 and 5 years. Then you have the Steelers of the 70s. That was what, 8 years maybe?
The Patriots were 19 years, though, with one guy. And
yeah, but remember, they had all right, that's true.
That's a 19-year rival.
But there was a 10-year layoff.
Yes.
And that's in the very rare case, they had the same quarterback and the same coach. There's not many places you'll have a 10-year gap between Super Bowls, and you have the same coach and quarterback that go to that Super Bowl 10 years later. So they're kind of the anomaly, I would say, with Tom Brady. With the Eagles, I'm only really factoring the Hurts and Sirianni era because I think the first 4 years have been so good. And you factor in 18 because it shows you the trajectory of the team. But I don't think it can be added into, like, if Jalen wins, let's just say he wins 3 in 5 years, all right, in the next 5 years, and he has 3 total. You're probably not going to say the dynasty went back to 2017. You'd probably say the 24 to 2029 Eagles were the dynasty.
Yeah,
right?
but you can move the metric, and I'm here. I think when you have these conversations, and I think they're great, because I think you have short dynasties, and I think you have long-term dynasties, like the Patriots and the Celtics of the 60s. Those are long-term dynasties. What you're talking about is like Cowboy stuff. Like, if you're going to compare what you're doing right now to anybody, you would compare them to the Cowboys of the 90s. That's what you're going to compare them to, because right now it's a shorter window.
Exactly. Right now. I mean, if it goes 10 years, then I think it becomes more like the Steelers.
And you go like the Niners.
Right. Yeah, but even the Niners did have the multiple regimes. Like, I'm trying to go one regime. Well, the problem with putting the regime prior in the dynasty talk is that the regime prior was simply not a dynasty. The regime that we have right now with Sirianni and Jalen has surpassed that 5 years with Doug by a landslide because they've gone to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. They won the NFC twice. They're 50-20, whatever the record. I don't know exactly what it is, but whatever the record is.
48-20.
Yeah. So, I don't really like. I love Doug. Like, Carson was great when he was great. The full Super Bowl was great, but that doesn't represent a dynasty to me.
So you don't think 8 years, like inside of a decade?
Well, I don't think we've been good enough in the last 8 years to be a dynasty as good as we've been. We've been a great team, a top 3 organization. Dynasty, Sills, there's 5 of them in the history of the NFL. You know?
This is what oh, no, you're right. It's hard to repeat and all that. Here were the 10 teams that I wrote.
But the Steelers, by the way, if it goes longer, right? They were the one team. They had
4 and 6.
Bill Cowher and Terry Bradshaw, and they went, 4 and 6 years. And so that was the late 70s. Yeah, that's pretty short too.
Yeah, but they've been good since 1969.
Yeah,
so,
right.
I mean, okay, so check it out. I if I ever thought about it, I don't think they've had more than 3 losing seasons in 60 years, which is insane. I got the Broncos at 10 with 217 wins and a Super Bowl. I got the Colts at 9, 238 wins and 1 Super Bowl. We got to remember, Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck were part of that from 2000 up.
Right.
The Cowboys were hard. I can't believe they won 217 wins. It's one of the top winning teams with no Super Bowls. They're the only one on this list with no ring. I got the Seahawks 7 at 229 and 1 Super Bowl. I got the Chiefs at 6, 232 and 3 Super Bowls. The Packers are 5th at 251 wins and 1 Super Bowl since 2000. I got the Eagles 4th at 242 wins and 2 Super Bowls. I got the Steelers at 3rd, 255 wins. This is since 2000 and 1 Super Bowl. I got the Ravens at 251 wins, 2 Super Bowls. And I got the Patriots at 276. That, to me, again, you're looking at the wins. You're looking at the Super Bowls. Like, if you wanted to change Steelers and Eagles.
So where'd you have Eagles? What number?
4, but they could easily be 3 behind the Ravens. The Ravens have
4.
Ravens have more wins. What's that?
4 in what time period?
Since 2000.
Since 2000, I think that's appropriate because I think if you go since the Super Bowl era, I think the Eagles are a little lower.
Yeah, they would, but I went
Yeah.
since 2000.
All right, since 2000 is good. I think
I
you're
got the
probably
Eagles fourth, but you could easily switch them with the Steelers and put them third. And the top three teams would be Patriots, Ravens, and Eagles since 2000. Would you agree with that? Now, in the shorter,
Patriots,
you would go Chiefs,
brother.
With the Chiefs from 2000 all the way up until 2016 when Andy got there, they were very good.
They weren't very good, but they still got more Super Bowls.
It's short term. It's short memory here a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So you probably go. I don't know. You probably go Ravens, even though they've won one Super Bowl. They've been one of the best. And then I go Steelers, Eagles, Patriots, Chiefs. I mean, that's it. I mean, so one, I'd put Patriots. Two, I'd probably go Eagles at 2, dude.
Yeah, but since 2000, there's no way. I mean,
well, who do you have at 2 since 2000?
Ravens. 2 Super Bowls and 251 wins. Patriots won. Steelers.
No, the Ravens won what what years did they?
The 2000 Super Bowl and they
2012.
Yeah, they got
right.
2.
I was just thinking 2012. All right, that's fine. I'm all right with that.
But you could go top 3 since 2000. Get this. That's great winning.
I mean, the Eagles have 16 playoff seasons since 2000. The Ravens have 13.
I think they have 20 wins too in the playoffs.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm Eagle biased, but I'd probably go Eagles at 2 here because of the
Ravens.
I guess I can. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They've been to the playoffs 13 times. We've been 16. They got 2 Super Bowls. We have 2 Super Bowls. They got a little bit more wins because they've had a little bit more of a longer staying power. But in the last decade, who's been the better franchise or better organization?
Now, there was what I was talking to you about. Shorter term right now,
right?
It's Chiefs and Eagles.
It's Chiefs and Eagles.
It's Chiefs, Eagles, and Ravens. Right?
Well, I guess because nobody else is winning Super Bowls. What about the Rams?
Okay.
Last decade?
Maybe the Rams would be the Rams aren't even on my top 10 since 2000.
Well, not since 2000, but I think if you're going the last 10 years, I mean, last 10 years.
Yeah.
Ravens haven't won in the last 10 years. The Rams won 1. The Niners didn't win any. The Bucks won. The Patriots won. The Eagles won. Who am I missing?
Broncos
won. What year were they? 18?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Since 2000, I'll give you Ravens. I don't love it though. I won't lie to you. I don't think it's that much better. Like they were better from probably 2000 to 2015, but have they been better since 2015? They've had the better quarterback, but success-wise?
Now we're talking shorter term. And that's where you fall in sometimes, Zander. You fall into it like this, recency bias versus longevity. You know, since Jeffrey Lurie has owned that team, he has dominated the NFC East. He's been by far the best franchise in the East. That's since 98 that he's owned that thing. All right, I got one here for you. What is going to be Vic Fangio's toughest position room and camp battle that he's going to have to go through this coming camp? What's the toughest camp battle for him that he's going to have to decipher in what's going to be the best for the team?
I think it's got to be the secondary if you clump it all in. I know the edge rusher has more concern, but I think it's a little bit more cookie cutter, where in the secondary, you really only have one proven safety. You have Cooper and Quinion, but after that, there's nobody proven. What are you doing with Cooper DeJean? Are you moving him? Are you keeping him? Are you putting him on the outside? Are you playing him at safety? Is Keely Ringo earning the job? Is Drew Makuba earning the job at safety? I feel like there are more question marks and more variables on the chessboard, if you will, that can move in the secondary, that I'd probably go secondary. I think that's probably the biggest spot to fix in camp. Like the edge rusher is simple, right? It's like,
I think so.
Like, it's not that it's good. It's just that it's like Jalix is going to be good, we hope. Nolan's going to be good, we hope. And then it's like, all right, if Uche and Ojulari are good.
I hope there's a dude.
Like, exactly. I hope there's a dude. But there's not much I can do about it. you can't do much about it other than trying to add a guy from outside. So I think the secondary is probably the biggest one for Vic coming into training camp.
So you tell me this. I'm going to read you this. So 2026, Eagles have a 1. They have a second-round pick. They have 3 threes. Jets Reddick is in this, and Milton Kopp is in this. They have 2 4s. One's their own. One's Josh Sweat comp. They have 4 5s. 49ers, their own. One from the Falcons, and a Mekhi Becton.
See, I think that's the one we may lose.
Maybe. I got an asterisk by it. And Eagles have their own 7th rounder. What position right now, sitting here on June 18th, do you think will be a priority for that team when they go into April next year and at the end of this season? What will be the priority for them? They got a shitload of picks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 picks. What do you think will be the priority?
Am I frozen or you got me?
I got you.
Okay. Tight end. Edge rusher. Potentially.
Wait till you hear where I go.
You're going probably running back. No? You're going wide out? Yeah. All right. I could have guessed that. I'm going tight end and I'm going edge rusher. That's probably where I'm leaning. Those two.
Why is everybody in Philly so disappointed, or why is priority number 1 for them edge rusher when you won a fucking Super Bowl with guys who weren't elite guys at that
because
position?
We still had Josh Sweat.
I don't think it's a priority.
Yeah, but we still had Josh Sweat. You don't think Uche's Josh Sweat, do you?
No, I don't think you have Josh Sweat on your team.
No, I think Jalix has the upside of that.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Okay.
Goddard, did you hear Goddard saying that Jalen called him up and said, I want you on this team, man. You're a big part of our team.
Yeah, can I have the $5 million I lost? Did he ask him for that too? Hey, dude, really?
That ain't Jalen's fault. That ain't Jalen's problem.
Hey, Big Sills, listen, I love you, man, but I'm going to cut you in half.
I don't think you'd give me the Dallas Goedert treatment. I don't think you would take that deal.
No. There better. Hey, I'll tell you what. There better be a Ferrari at the end of it, whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, right,
man. Hey, Zander. So, what do you again? You think they use all these picks?
Oh, it's a lot of picks, man. I mean, maybe that's one of the reasons that they went with all these 1-year guys right now. Because they have so many damn picks. Yeah, but I don't know what they're going to end up doing. I mean, they've been so damn good in the draft. I kind of want them to.
I think they're going to go this route. If I had to put it here, I'd go, here's why I go wide receiver. I got a feeling this is AJ's last year.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He'll want out. They don't win the Super Bowl, he'll want out. He'll want out. If those numbers don't say this, 1459, 10 touchdowns and 100 catches, and they get bounced, and they don't win, and instead, or how about this? If they win, and it's at 1,100 yards and 70 catches and 8, he'll eat that. But if they don't win, and those numbers are around 1,100, he'll want out.
So you think A.J. Brown's gone this time next year?
I do. Watch this. Write it down, folks. On June 18th, Big Sills is saying A.J. Brown will be in New England.
New England. You really fell for all the social media bullshit.
No, I fell for the assistant general manager telling me. That's what I fell for.
All right, what do you want to put on this? What do you want to put on this?
Let's see. What jersey you want? How about a Roo hat?
No.
All right.
That doesn't do it for me.
Okay. Well, remember, man. Remember where we are here. Give me something I can do. What do you want?
Take that fucking cowboy helmet and burn it.
Hey, folks, you know why he hates that fucking helmet? Because every time he does a clip, that helmet's the only one.
It's right there, dude.
The only one that's in it.
Like the most visible helmet on the planet, that thing, dude. That thing needs to be obliterated, dude. I would do anything to get rid of that helmet.
Zander,
people comment, is this an Eagles channel? What is this? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You're either going to like Sileo or you're not. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to get over the cowboy helmet.
Hey, the clip, it goes like this. Every damn clip, it's got that fucking cowboy. Hey, every time I put that bitch out there, you make the deal. I'll do it because I'm saying this time.
He's not going to be gone. You know he's not going to be gone.
No, I do believe that. I thought there was a shot that he if you didn't win it, there would have been hell this year.
I think AJ's got
here. You guys, I used to have this.
How old is AJ?
28.
27. He turns 28 in 2 weeks, so 28.
29 years old at 36 million next year.
I think he has 2 seasons left. Maybe 3.
He ain't paying a 31-year-old guy $36 million in Philly. What are you, crazy? Oh my God. They're not going to pay him that.
Well, he's undercut. Tell him to take a page out of Jalen Hurts' book and stop needing a new contract every 2 years. How about that?
Stop whining about it. I mean, he's the one that whines about it.
No, he doesn't. I haven't heard him whine about it once. What are we talking about?
See what I really love the Patriots and Tom Brady and then the jersey shit and all the little kitty stuff that he does. Holy cow, he put all the emojis up there with the Patriots. Anyway, hey, what about your boy Henry Ruggs? Think he deserves another shot at the title?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought you were spot on in your open, man. You either believe in it or you don't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't believe in it, if you don't believe in second chance, if you don't believe in rehabilitation, if you believe that people shouldn't be afforded that opportunity, then we disagree. That's basically what I would say, because I do believe in those things. And I thought you brought up a good point about how many people who are given second chances turn it to do something for the better. If one person in the future NFL gets saved or gets led down the right path versus the wrong path in the future because Ruggs talked about it or Ruggs was the example, I think it's an overall net positive. I mean, what are you going to do? Look, this is my problem with it. All right. You got a guy who made a horrendous decision. He made an awful mistake, and nobody in their right mind is going to sit here and defend that mistake. Okay. Nope. He did what the court of law asked him to do. All right. He's paid his apologies to the family. Like, when does it end? Do you just keep the chains on him forever? Is he just, you have to live with this, you die with this, and you won't ever be afforded? Like, is that the take, or is the take that we want you to learn from this, grow as a human being, and become a contributing member of society? I believe in that. I believe in change. I believe in a change of heart. And I don't even think, by the way, I don't really, I know it was an awful thing, but some people strike me as bad dudes. Henry Ruggs doesn't strike me as a bad dude.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And I think there's a big difference between a bad mistake and a bad dude. All right. I don't think Henry Ruggs is a bad dude, and I think he deserves a second chance.
I'd like to see him get a second chance in Philly. And
by the way, I wouldn't rule that out. Remember what you just said about A.J. Brown? He's best friends with Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith went on the Pivot podcast earlier this year, defended his friend, which I had tremendous respect for Devontae for, because plenty of people will hold that against Devontae. And it's not always easy to stand with somebody when the whole world's holding a bow and arrow at him. All right. So I got tremendous respect for Devontae for that. And I'm sorry. I don't have the belief that he should be outcast. I really don't. And I think he deserves a second chance. My read on it might be wrong, but I think the guy is sorry. I think he feels the weight of what he did every day. I think you saw that in the way he addressed I'm a public figure, and even just my name, my face going on the news makes them think of what happened, and that is enough to rock them. So I think he deserves a second chance.
We're gonna read all the supers here in a minute.
Yeah, my bad, Sue. I'm sorry about the freezing. I don't know what that. I got Sileo internet right now.
Hey,
I've been trying to fix it all week.
hey, I'll tell you this, Zander. This is my take on it. You either believe in rehabilitation or taking that guy out back and shooting him in the head. There's no other way to
right,
look
and that's kind of what I was trying to illustrate. Like exactly what you just said. Are you going to castrate the guy? Because that's the alternative.
That's right.
And you know,
there's only two rooms. Zane, there's only 2 rooms for this thing.
And I saw somebody saying, you know, something like, well, he can have a second chance, but why the NFL? Why the spotlight? Why? And I'm sorry, but I don't believe I'm the arbiter. Exactly. The guy's gifted, is one of the most gifted people on the planet. That's the cards he was dealt in life by God. I'm not going to try and change that and couple that in and say, oh, I want you to be free and I want you to be rehabilitated, but I only want you to do it by working at McDonald's and flipping hamburgers or working for the prison or doing community service. Like, no, because then what's the point of letting people out of prison? You know how many good prison stories there are of people who get out of prison and build a massive company or do big things or give back to people or create organizations and charities and different things. I mean, you know, look, I'm going to take a Jalen Hurtsism here. You either win or you learn. All right. Henry Ruggs lost and he learned a lesson. He's going to be able to prove to the world whether he really learned the lesson or whether he was just waiting for the time to expire on a sentence. Okay. I think he'll have that opportunity, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's the NFL. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the role like Ray Rice has with the Ravens now. Who knows what it could be? But I believe he'll be afforded that opportunity. And I'm going to guess he uses it for the better.
I'm going to say this here, man. My upbringing was that Jesus Christ forgives.
Absolutely.
And if you don't live by that, then you and me will never be in the same conversation on what right and wrong is.
Exactly.
Because if Christ can forgive, and we're taught this through God in teachings, that not everybody's born with original sin. And if you're not, and you don't understand that we're all fallible and we're going to make mistakes, I'm sorry. See, I have a harder view on it that, bro, these people that talk to you about like rehabilitation, they want to rehabilitate people. And then when the guy gets out, they want to limit that rehabilitation by putting him in a box and saying, well, you can't further your life and try to better your life over a bad situation because we're not going to let you get anywhere in society because we let you out. You still have that price to pay. Fuck that. It's about doing your time, paying your penance, and starting a new life with a new family, with a new ability to be. I love what Michael Vick is doing. Michael Vick is in Norfolk State University. He's making changes for people's lives and young kids' lives. You don't think his bullshit that he's went through, pressing license plates at Leavenworth, is something that you could teach a young kid on bad decision-making? I'm sorry. If Michael Vick picked my phone up and wanted me to come play for him, and I was in that room where I needed to play at that type of level, Michael Vick would be the number one player that I'd want to go to, because you know why? He's been through the ultimate highs and he's been through the ultimate lows. Aren't those the best people to teach young men, having gone through life like that? I mean, you can't have a better coach, Zander, to teach you not just football, but teach you the way of life.
I agree. I think you're spot on with this. And, you know, there's a couple other comments, and one guy in here I think really, really made a comment that just hits home for me. It's SC Birds fan. He says, thank God we all don't get what we deserve.
Oh,
right?
man.
And, I mean, isn't that the truth right there, which shows you the grace of God and the mercy of God that he has, as you pointed out. And, you know, the other thing that I don't like is that I think there's a lot of scenarios that people use here, right? And what they say is, imagine if it was your sister or your mother or your daughter or your brother or your family member that was killed. And I would say this, that's a bad comp. Imagine if it was your sister or your daughter or your brother or your mother or whatever, whoever it is that made that mistake. Then what would you want? What if you knew somebody as a good person and they made a catastrophic error like this? Would you say to them, I don't want them to have another chance if they paid their dues? That's why I don't like the comp of if I lost my Tina Tintor is gone. You can't change that reality. Her family will live with that forever. That will never be changed. And I will pray for her soul that she's in heaven with our Creator. I'll pray for that. But I can't change that.
Zander, this is going to be a really harsh one here for you, but this is how I think. If a guy took a gun and shot my daughter, I would hate that guy, and I would do everything in my power to make sure that guy paid the ultimate price of having his life taken. If my daughter was hit in a hit and run, God forbid, I would, after the hurt and everything, I would know with that family, why ruin 2 lives for one mistake? And that's how I would look at it down the line. It would take me time to get there. But when a person makes a mistake, you said something about bad people. Okay. I'm not forgiving bad people, Zander. I'm forgiving a bad thing. Okay. Why would I want to ruin 2 lives? Because again, my hurt is going to be so much because of the one thing I love in my life. But one thing I would know is that how I was brought up would be that forgiving people for awful mistakes is also part of the time when I'm going to be kneeling before God saying, I wanted you to kill this guy too.
Yeah, I agree.
I couldn't live like that.
I'm with you. And not everybody will agree because not everybody's going to have aligned religiously, and that's fine. I'm not trying to sit up here but I'm just
a holy hour. I got it.
Well, no, it's not really, but it's you're showing what compass guides you, and that's the compass that guides you, just like it's the compass that guides me. And everybody has one of those compasses, whatever that looks like, whether you're a Christian, a Catholic, a Jew, whatever the case may be. We all have a compass. All right. And that's what leads it. And I agree. I agree with what you said. It's definitely a tough situation. And it's a hard thing to talk about because I don't like to, I don't want people to think it's like, oh, Ruggs, he did his time. Just get him back out. It's a football guy. Who cares? Like no, it is serious. All right. Somebody
He'll carry that with the rest of his life.
Exactly. And I don't think any of us could even fathom what he's carrying. And again, I'm not trying to make you feel bad for the guy. I'm just saying, I don't think he should be ruled out forever.
Absolutely not. I mean, so, I hear the conversations. Everyone's like, well, and isn't it funny, Zander? Like they want to have him get out, but they want to put handcuffs on that, what that part of his life is. Like, does he have a chance to become this? Why the NFL? Why not? If a guy came out, was a lawyer, and he was a drunk driver, you don't think that guy's going to try to go back to being a lawyer again? I don't know. I mean, people are going to go back to what they do. This is what he's done his whole life. I mean, he's like a doctor or whatever. He's like a person that works in economics or a person that works in sales. I mean, this is
Sileo, forgiveness is a hard thing, but forgiveness
is
one of the most beautiful things you can do when you're a man of God. There's a power about it that comes over you after you go through that. At least that's what I've experienced in my life. As hard as it is sometimes to forgive or to apologize or to move on or to not judge or to, as you said, forgive, it's a hard thing. It's a powerful thing, but I think it's the right thing.
It is. And it's the most difficult thing to do is forgive somebody.
It is.
Zander, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Make sure you check let's read some of the supers because we got to.
Hogan checks in. What's up, Hogan? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the Superman. Second chances are harder when it hits home. When someone loses a life over someone stupid, where was the victim's second chance? No speeches, seminars, or money award fixes that. Been there. You're not wrong, brother.
No.
Yeah,
hey,
you're not wrong.
I mean, this is a tough conversation. I hope the Eagles give him a chance. I hope the NFL team gives him a shot at redemption. Why not, man? It's all good. I mean, look, Jesus Christ can do it. I can do it. Okay.
Hogan, I don't disagree. I mean, I agree. I do see that it's multi-pronged. Kyle Kokorski says, Was Senor one of the members from the Village People? I don't know what.
No. Senor's had an awful day today. I mean, he's really. It's been like a brutal ass kicking that like the Eagles put on the Chiefs. I mean, he was the Chiefs today, dog. I mean, he just got beat up today. Just not a. This wasn't a good day for you, Senor. I think we got all these, Zander. Zander, I think we got them all.
We got them all. We got them all.
All right,
my bad on the internet, but a good segment, Sills.
I will see you tomorrow, man. Hey, thanks for the stuff with Goldberg. Goldberg was awesome, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was great. Epic.
Having a football career is temporary, but being a good person and having good character lasts forever.
It's true.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, that's what defines people.
That's true. 100%. Thank you, Sills.
You got it, brother. Thank you so much. Look at this. This guy's just taking a beating today. Sills picked the Chiefs to beat. I did not pick the Chiefs to beat the Eagles. That is not true. I wore the Jerome Brown jersey, you jackass. Once again, lying. Again. Dang. This guy just lies. Jesus criminy. When you guys go deep, you land dimes like Hurts in the Super Bowl. Thank you. That's Senor, man. Senor today. Hold on. I love this guy, though. This guy's been content all day. Get this. How many people in here say that I picked the Eagles to lose to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? You must be thinking of Jason Kelsey. I did not pick the Chiefs to beat them. Anybody in here, this is a lie. I did not say that. I wore the Jerome Brown jersey. Lie. This guy, it's just a terrible day for this man. I saw Sills with Taylor Swift shirt on saying he was riding with Mahomes. No. I was riding Swift maybe, but not Mahomes. I'm sorry, that was too easy. Look at this guy. You definitely, I didn't do that, you dumbass. This guy, boy, I'll tell you, M. Reyes and Senor, holy cow, would that be a show of losers? So what do you think? I think Cooper DeJean is the greatest safety I've ever seen. Senor, what's your take on Hurts? Not a quarterback that's ever played in National Football League, including Brady, that ever played in my entire life. You know, little pink kids suck on? These two guys would have like binkies in their mouth doing their show. What do you think, M. Reyes? Hey, I think my Eagles are going to go 18-19, 20-0. What do you think? I think that Barkley's going to go for 3,000 yards this year. These guys are like, holy shit. Hey, seriously. You know what? Senor and M. Reyes would have to do a show with bibs on. Oh, my God. They would have to do a show with bibs on. Hold on here. Did I miss Philly 500? No, you missed Goldberg. Yeah. Get this. So wait a minute. Deep fried coochie. Go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that caught me a little bit off guard. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, so loved Goldberg. Keep up the hard work, brothers. We get them all here, man. Hey, like I told you, I may throw a couple guys on that morning Tampa show, but the A guys come here. Just always remember that. We put the A dudes here. Nah, I saw him, but I enjoy Mark's crying. Okay. You enjoyed the crying more. I love it. That's good shit, man. Senor's good people, man. He does. He takes it good. From what I hear. Says, who are your top 5 teams you think can win the Super Bowl in order? I know it's early. All right. That's my boy right here. Thank you, Sue. Let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bills. Man. Okay. Here's my 5 teams. At 5, I've got the Rams. 4, I have the Commanders. 3, I have the Eagles. 2, I have the Bills. And 1, I have the Ravens. Now, remember something here. Think about it, Senor, what I'm saying. Bills and Ravens can't get to the Super Bowl. One of those teams do. Highest team that I just said in the NFC is the Eagles. So the way I'm looking at it, could it be Ravens, Bills versus the Eagles? Okay. Still got yet. I mean, right? No Chiefs. Dude, I think the Chiefs. Hey, Senor, mark this one down too. Mark it. You ready? Dude, I think the Chiefs, I think they're going to win 9 games this year. Eagles and Rams? Well, that would be for the NFC title, not the Super Bowl. Okay, so you got to pick one of those. Oh, so wait. You think the winner of that NFC title game will win the Super Bowl? Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think Kansas City's taking a step back. I totally do. Look, I mean, I don't think they've done a good enough job retooling that football team. I just don't. The only Goldberg I know is Whoopi. Yeah, she said it's better to live in Iran right now than it is America. Pretty smart. Sounds like she's on her game. Hey, she said it today, too. Hey, it's better to live in Iran than it is America. Really? Think bombs dropping on your eyes and on your house every night? Yeah, I'm sure it's probably better. Whoopi Goldberg said that. Hey, it's better to live in Iran right now than America. Really? So I'm going to have a Scud missile land on my house tonight? That's pretty frightening. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that one. Right? I'm not concerned about, man, what a dumb thing. I do it. She said it on The View. You know, probably better to live in Iran right now than America. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, what she was wearing that day, she couldn't wear in Iran. You can't wear that. You got to cover your face in Iran. Yeah, I know. And you know what you were in? Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, M. Reyes was in Brokeback Mountain. I could have swore he was the one dude in the tent. I don't know. Was he the guy in the tent? He looked like the guy in the tent. Hey, wait. Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, my good friends at Morgan & Morgan, make sure you guys check our great friends out. With over $30 billion recovered when it comes to being injured. If the number one injury law firm in all of America is Morgan and Morgan. Do me a favor, folks. Make sure you guys check them out. If you're ever injured, make sure you do that. If you're hurt in Uber, if you're hurt by having insurance companies taking advantage of you, contact them at forthepeople.com/Big Sills or pound law 529. That's forthepeople.com/Big Sills or pound law 529. I like that very much, my friend. Deep, we appreciate you. We shall see you on the flip side.